So welcome everybody to World of Wildlife for November 2025. This is a monthly gathering of wildlife people around the world. We do this on the 10th of every single month, and we do it at a different time every single month so that we can rotate and allow people to come from all over the place. So we've got people that might be here today from Vancouver or Canada or Germany or England and Malaysia, of course. We've got today we've got someone from WA. We've got Wong from Malaysia. We've got a lot of Sunshine Coast people here. So yeah, all sorts of people coming today. So for those of you that I don't know, my name is Dr. Sarah Pye, and I've been involved with World of Wildlife since the beginning, and Dr. Wong and I started this up shortly after I published a book about him called Saving Some Bears, which is his biography. I'm going to share my screen so I can actually show you a picture of it if you haven't seen it yet. So Saving Some Bears was part of my Doctor of Creative Arts degree. It was part of the output. And I first met Wong in 2012. This was something that we did later in our time together. And then that led to 6 stories about his adventures of different species in the jungles of Borneo. And recently I've just been launching the only book there that's not specifically about Borneo, called Curious Kai Asks Why. This is a story about a young girl that travels around Queensland with endless quirky questions about wildlife, and she meets the real scientists in Queensland who can answer her questions. So that's what I do when I'm not teaching at the University of Sunshine Coast. I'm visiting schools, doing workshops around my book content. And yesterday was actually the launch, the last launch. I've had 3 launches of Curious Kai Asks Why. So if I'm a bit hoarse, it's because I've had a fair amount on. I'll tell you a little bit more about those things I've been doing. But first, let's see if we can pass over to Wong and see if Wong can tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, Wong. Over to you.
All right, guys. Okay, good. Well, thank you very much for having me again, Sarah. It was always great to speak to all of you. I'm currently in Thailand, attending a conference called Wild Animal Rescue Network of East and Southeast Asia conference. So it's an annual gathering for the for the rescue center, who has been working rescuing wild animals, wildlife across Asia, Southeast Asia, and East Asia. So it's a good event to meet everybody. And then and over the last month, actually, like October and November is a typical conference month because there has been so many conferences held all over the places, and then I've been busy attending conferences as well. Last month, after I came out from Maleo Basin, I'm not sure whether some of you have seen my, you have followed my social medias, and I posted.
I think I'm going to share a photo of you in Maleo Basin because I thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Okay, that was me holding the seeds of agatis. It's a very cool, rare coniferous tree in the rainforest, in the lowland rainforest. And this agatis tree is huge. It can grow up to like 60 meters tall. Yeah, so it's a very, very special places. Maleo Basin is also known as the Lost World because prior to the discoveries of this area in about 30 years ago, they thought, nobody have ever been to that area. So that's why they call the Lost World. And then later on, they found out that, oh, actually there are some local peoples been there to do hunting, so because they have found evidence of huntings and abandoned what snares or something like that in the area. But anyway, that area is really remote, and it has many beautiful pristine rainforest trees, many spectacular waterfall. And because I was there for only a few days and I don't have the time to really hike up to visit all the waterfall, but definitely it is something that I am on my wish list in the future to visit and spend more time, because Borneo lowland rainforest is really, really spectacular, you know, beside the flora and fauna and the scene, the sounds, and it's really amazing. You have to experience it to yourself to show how amazing they are. And after that, I was went to West Malaysia in the state of Kelantan to attend the ASCM, the associations of what ASCM, oh, I can't even pronounce the full name now. So it's a conference about animal or wildlife medicines. You know, lots of vets attending. So it's a very good opportunity to catch up with uh, people who work with animals, especially vets, and then and also the academic as well. So yeah, I've been attending this conference for what, more than 15 years or something like that. So it's good to catch up again with everybody. And then we have been talking about several potential research projects that could happen, and also several researchers who we could potentially collaborate for our future research.
Oh,
And then after that, yeah, it was a crazy trip because that day I morning fly back from Kuala Lumpur to Sanakan, and then that evening I have to fly to Kota Kinabalu, attend another conference called Heart of Borneo Conference. So Heart of Borneo Conference is also the event of the year because it is a conference talking about the Heart of Borneo, meaning that three countries in Borneo, in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei all come together to protect literally the middle part of Borneo from being exploited, from deforestation and things like that. And the researchers share findings about what they found about in this area and the significance of this area. And then after that, I came to Thailand. Yeah, so attending this conference. Oh, okay. So right after okay. So after that, I also attending another workshop in Lahad Datu, talking about connecting the Sagama River, how to protect the Sagama River. So Sagama River is the river that connected to Danang Valley, the central Sabah Forest Complex, as well as Tabin Wildlife Reserve. Is the two wildlife reserve that got disconnected over the
very nice.
years from developments, roads, and plantations. And then this Sagama River is a potential connectivities that can connect these two areas together. So that workshop is trying to invite the stakeholders in that area and see how we can work together to connect to reforest that whole area
Yeah.
along the Sagama River so that wildlife can
One
cross
on the
from this side.
21st.
Huh?
Is that the one on the 21st, or is that another one in between?
So this is right after I kind of lost track of my date.
Well, the only one I
Yeah,
was able to find that you were doing was this one, the Voices of the Wild. Is it voice? It's not that. It's a separate one about Sagama River.
yeah, it's a separate one. And then after that, I went to Tabin to check on Tinom and Pitang, the two sun
Okay.
bears that we have in Tabin Wildlife Reserve under the soft release program. So I went there to check on them. Yeah, so they are doing good. The elephants has kind of the last 2 months or so we have had problem with the elephants herd coming in visiting the camp. It's actually quite scary to be able to walk in a forest where the elephant herd is there. So when the elephant herd is there, we cannot walk the two bear cubs. Yeah, and right now the elephants herd is away, and then so Tinom and Pitang resume their daily walk in the forest.
Awesome.
So far so good. It's just that Tinom is getting more and more wilder, getting more and more independent, which in some way is which is a good progress. I would say is, yeah. And then and also Pitang's body weight is slowly catch up with Tinom now, so which is also a good thing.
Mm,
Yeah. So it's just time would tell for these two bears to grow big and grow independent. And at the same time, our team is working really hard in the forest, camping in the forest. Yeah, so that was yeah. So that's until, and after that I came here last week, and that's about it. That was
That's it.
like one month, very very quick, you know. Yeah, and I spent, I think I spent more time sleeping in a hotel room than my own house, than my own room.
It's a lot. It's a lot to cope
Yeah,
with, but you're doing well.
yeah, yeah. And then and then I posted a video of my fish at home, and then my friend said, "Oh, wow, my discus fish look emaciated." I said, "Yes, they are emaciated because nobody. Well, I have automatic feeders, but it's not. It's never the same as I feed them myself, right? So, yeah, I need to go back soon."
You do. You do. When do you
Yeah.
head?
17,
Okay.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good luck with the presentation you're just about to give. I know you'll smash it.
Yeah. So yeah. So good luck, Elka, and I'm sorry that I will miss your talk. But anyway, I can watch your
Catch
video
up.
tonight or tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You'll catch up. And thank you for being here even briefly, Wong. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. So let me show you the venue since I'm here.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Let me see. How am I going to? Okay. So this is in Amari Hua Hin, So
Oh,
yeah, so this is the foyer, coffee table, yeah, and then yeah, a little bit organizer,
bad.
and then
They're ready for you.
yeah, so I'll be the speaker next online, and then next year we will be hosting this one conference in Sandakan.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah. Yeah, so it will be on sometimes on November where it is not a peak travel season. So yeah, so next year is my responsibility to host this one conference to get everybody, and the venue will be at the Rainforest Discovery Center in Sapilo. Yeah, so we're looking forward to make it a success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant. Good
All right.
luck.
All right, thank you. I need to go. All right. Okay, bye-bye everybody. Yeah, thank you for listening. Bye.
There he goes. Well, there you go. That was a whirlwind visit by Wong. So I think you can see a little bit about Wong's charisma and commitment, obviously, to saving the rainforest. But these are the things that made me want to help him. So when I first met Wong in 2012, I asked him what I could do to help him save the rainforest. And he came back with 5 very powerful words. He said, "Do what you do best." That has taken me, what, 13 years so far? Yeah, 13 years so far, including writing 7 books about him. And we've become very close friends along the way. So he can't answer any questions for you right now, but if you've got questions about Wong, I'm probably the next best bet. So if anyone's got anything they'd like to know, please shout out. Otherwise, I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on what I've been doing this month in regards to wildlife and things. And then we're going to pass over to Elka to hear a little bit more about bears. So I'm like the meat in the sandwich here today. So a couple of things I've been doing in the last month. The first thing was I do workshops in schools. So I visited Emmanuel Lutheran College on the Sunshine Coast and did some work with some of their young people this month. It was really fun teaching them about wildlife, both in Borneo and in Australia, and exploring some of the quirky stuff that we know about animals. Really fun. You can see on the right that I also even got to put a VR headset on and go swimming with dolphins, which was pretty impressive. Enjoyed that very much. Since then, I also was just absolutely honored to be asked to be a keynote speaker at Telling Stories Awards Night. So this is a Sunshine Coast event that's run by the Rotary Club and the University of the Sunshine Coast. It's one where young people on the coast are submit their stories with a provocation, and then those stories are judged based on how well they do. And there's prizes for all different age ranges. So I was actually given the prizes, which was kind of fun.
Okay.
After a short
Yes,
short
I would. I was just debating whether I'd go along in the weather, but
after doing a short chat about myself and what I do as well. But I'll tell you, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because on that stage was, if you look on the left-hand picture, the man sitting next to me was from my PhD supervisor. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking giving a speech to your PhD supervisor. So Ilka, if you feel a bit nervous today, I understand completely. The other thing that I've done recently is yesterday I launched Curious Kai Asks Why in Brisbane. This is a story about a young girl who travels around Queensland, learning from scientists and who can answer her quirky questions about wildlife. So I was joined by some of those incredible people. Sandra, who's here today, was at the launch. It was a really fun event, wasn't it, Sandra? We enjoyed ourselves. The launch event was joined by Sandra Sevanini, who's the illustrator. We were joined by Dr. Cassandra Arkenstall, who's the woman holding a bilby there. She's a bilby researcher in outback Queensland. We were joined by Dr. Asia Haynes, who's got her goggles on there, and she runs Project Manta, which is an international project that's studying manta rays and learning more about them than anyone's known before. Unfortunately, Spencer Hitchin, the young man with a camera there, wasn't able to make it, but he's been at previous launches. And the other young lady there is Milani Harris, who is a koala expert and also the young reviewer for Curious Kai Asks Why. So we had all these incredible people there sharing some of their knowledge, as well as me reading some of the narrative that included them. It was a really successful event. I loved every second of it. All right, so that's what I've been doing. On Friday, I'm giving a talk. For those of you that are on the Sunshine Coast, I'm giving a talk at Noosa National Parks. They have a Friday forum that happens once a month, and I'm giving a talk called Borneo Bears and Books. So if anyone here wants to come along, that's an open, free event, and I can share the registration details with you, or the details on how to get there and all that. So send me a message if you're interested. Be really fun to have you there. That's what's going on this week. We've talked about Wong. We've got that. What I wanted to mention for Wong, what he didn't have time to mention, is the picture on the right-hand side there, that they have a special every time. This time of year, the BSBCC has a special for adopting bears. Okay, now, one of the things that I did when I first met Wong was create I introduced him to the University of the Sunshine Coast, and that's led to all sorts of projects, including the one that Ilka is doing now. It also led to, in 2014, me leading a team of public relations students to create the adoption program for bears, which helps Wong raise money and helps the centre grow and do all these incredible works that they do. So this adoption program you can see on this poster is something that we started in 2014. I would love to encourage you guys when you're thinking about Christmas presents this year, think ethically, think sustainably, and think wildlife. So to adopt a bear for a friend of yours would cost you an equivalent of $100 Australian for an entire year, and they'd get an incredible a certificate about their bear. They'd get updates about what their bear's doing. So it's something a lot better than going out and buying something plastic and wrapping it up in paper that gets thrown away at the end. Okay, so consider that as a Christmas present.